Shalom. Call Allah. Yahweh Ba'Shema Mashiach Yahushai Ba'Shema Rakakadesh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakathum to the Akim wa Akim after keeping his word truth in all sincerity. Teaching the downfall of Esau, the 2/3 his wicked kingdom and these heathens. To the 1/3 men, women, and children, this garden is truth to the best of their ability. To the Habai Yashal Dawadah, the house of David. To the 144,000 chosen from the beginning of existence, faithful from the womb. Call Allah. Shalom. Barakatah. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine are the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Lama Lam Yam. Amen. Alrighty. There is something I want to pick up real quick. There are some things that, for a lot of you men out here that, they tell you that you're weak or you're effeminate because, you care for your wives, that it's your wife, exactly. So, these women will use this against you and say, oh, why you jealous and stuff? Because, I talk to other guys, why you jealous? Right now it's, I wrote, why is a man considered effeminate? Because he cares about his woman, because he don't want his woman dealing with other men. Why is he considered weak? Because he don't want to forgive her for disrespecting his wishes and his commandments. So she's dealing with other men while she's at work, sneaking off. And if you don't forgive this woman, in the world's eyes, that you're a weak man, you're weak, you're in your feelings and stuff like that. But realistically, this bitch has disrespected you, and you shouldn't forgive her. You should get rid of her. Now, as far as why are you considered weak or effeminate for being jealous? You should be jealous. The scripture right here says, with that, let's get this right here. The scripture right here says, this is 1 Corinthians 7:2. It says, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife. Okay, so everybody wants their own wife, or their own, you want your own car, you want your own cup. So you could get mad if somebody you don't know drinks off of your cup, right? People will get mad and upset with that, right? And let every woman have her own husband, right? Okay, so people will get upset about, oh, you drove my car, you bumped into my car, you stepped on my shoe, you drunk off my cup, you talked to my kid. So that's something people will get mad about. But they don't get mad. They go ahead and support this. Oh, girl, you could talk to whoever you want. You can have a relationship with whoever you want. You want people to care about your feelings when it comes to you. But what about when it comes to the man? To the man, what the man thinks, what the man says, he's considered effeminate, right? Because he cares. That's what the world considers effeminate. But the one that don't care, that's jumping around sleeping with other men's women, in the Bible, you're the effeminate one. You the nasty one. You the effeminate one. It says, women, you guys will try to pull this jealousy thing right now, only because you have 911. And since they're getting rid of the 911 and cutting down on emergency calls, guess what? This is why Isaiah 4:1, you're going to be wanting a man to be jealous over you so that he will want to protect you. You're going to want him to want that jealousy over you, wanting to make sure that you're in your position in his kingdom. Because you slip out of your position in his kingdom, you done. So basically, once this Jacob's trouble really hits all the way, you women, you're gonna be trying to do everything to stay pleasing and in the man's favor. Right now, you're like, oh, you're jealous. Yeah, you should want your man to be like, yeah, I don't want you talking to other men. That's how it should be. Okay, it shouldn't be You know, you going out talking with other men, dealing with other men. You shouldn't be listening to other women that have other men. You shouldn't be listening to other women at all. You should be listening to what your master says, your Adonai, your man, your husband, your king. That's who you should be listening to. You should be following his orders, what he tells you to do. He should not be bowing down to anything that you say. You know, he's the ruler, and through him you get salvation. You know, that's why it says that a man will be a hiding place from the wind. That's why it says that a man will be a hiding place from destruction. You know, that's why Isaiah 4:1 is so important, you know, to get things back in order. Right now, you old women only can say, oh, you jealous and stuff, only because you could call 911. Once you can't call 911, you're going to want some man to be jealous over you, to want you to make sure that you're good in the house, that you taken in the house. You're going to want other sister wives to help you take care of this man, to make sure that he's happy, okay? You're going to want that, you know? You're going to want that. Salaki, there was a verse that I wanted to get. Yeah, but, you know, it says that there should be no whores of the daughters of Zion. So, you know, you guys think that this man, realistically, if this man takes you back after he kicks you out, that's an abomination. He's supposed to get rid of you, you know? Once you commit adultery, if he finds you, you know, like disgusting or unpleasing in his eyes, he's supposed to get rid of you. He's not supposed to keep you. He's supposed to give you a bill of divorce, send you on your way. You know, you're not worthy to be in his kingdom. And for all you men with these, you checking out these women now, and all these women are trying to come talk to you. You know, I've been getting a lot of women trying to talk to me too, but the issue is, they got a kid from somebody else, which you're not supposed to be raising someone else's kid. Or, you know, if their husband died, maybe you could get with her. But if she says she's single, ask her for her bill of divorce. If she doesn't have one, then she's not single. She's just kicked out of that dude's house. She went roaming. She went out wandering on herself. She's actually what the military would call AWOL. She AWOL right now. That's what she's doing. She AWOL. Okay, because if she don't have a bill of divorce, she's AWOL. Okay, let me show you. And you men that get with these women without getting her bill of divorce, then you're committing adultery. Okay, remember that. You need to make sure she has a bill of divorce. It says Deuteronomy 24:1. It says, when a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come past that she find no favor in his eyes. Okay, so these women are gonna be trying to get favor right now because they got this stuff going on, you know, with the coronavirus and everything else. But, you know, at this time, when a man realizes that these women are unclean, you know, it says because he have found some uncleanness in her. You know, she's adultery, she's lying, she's doing stuff behind your back. Let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it to her, give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. See? Then if she says, this is number 2, it says, and she is departed out of his house, she may go to be another man's house or another man's wife. So she has to have a bill of divorce, you know? Just because she say, oh, I'm single, ask her, but like, well, tell him to write me a letter saying that you're single, that he don't want you. You know, that's a bill of divorcement. You know, once he does that, then you could take her. Unless if you go to war and you kill that man, and then you could take her home for a booty, and then you could have her locked down for 30 days, and then you could enter into her after you cut her hair, cut her fingernails off. You could do all that. You could do it that way. But nah, don't do that, because that's wild. Right now you'll go to jail for that shit. You know, this is not wartime like that. You know, unless her husband died in war, joining the army or something, then you could take her. You know. But other than that, don't deal with her, because it says if the latter husband hate her and write her a bill of divorce and give it in her hand and send her out the house, or the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife. You know, hold on. Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again. So if he kicked her out because he was angry, he could just tell her to go home, kick her out, but you still can't have her. You gotta wait. Literally, you would have to have a bill of divorcement. So just because she got kicked out or they said that they broke up, that don't count. You literally have to have a bill of divorcement. So only if he had died, like it says, he died, or if he gave her a bill of divorcement and he kicked her out, said he hated her, and he was talking all this shit. He might have been drunk and did it, but after that, he can't have her back. After that, he can't have her back. That's a done deal. So just remember, without this bill of divorcement, just because these women say they single, or they be like, oh, he broke up with me, where's that letter? She needs that letter. Okay? You got to make sure you have that letter. Otherwise, you in adultery. You don't want to be in adultery. Especially not in these times, so we close to the end. You want to be in good favor with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So make sure, I want to go over more than that. Just basically for you men, you're not effeminate because you care or you got strong feelings for your wife, that you want to protect her and you don't want to talk to another man. See, it's not supposed to be like that anyway. Let me show you. Another man. Watch. Look, this is Luke 20 and 30. It says that ye may not drink at my table. Oh, hold on. Nope. So they ain't supposed to be taking your... Okay, this is Ecclesiasticus 9 and 9. It says, sit not at all with another man's wife. So you men that be at work at these call centers talking to the other men's wives and stuff, telling her what she should be doing, giving advice and stuff, nor sit down with her in thy arms. So you ain't supposed to have your arm around her. You ain't supposed to even be hugging her. And spend not any thy money on her at the wine. So you ain't supposed to be buying her drinks. Least thine heart incline unto her. You're not supposed to be talking to her like that. And though thou desire, thou fall into destruction. So you falling into death. So you ain't supposed to be talking to her like that. You ain't supposed to be hugging her, putting your arms around her. You ain't supposed to be buying her drink. You ain't supposed to be buying her food. Now it's different if you buy her like water because you see her like thirsty, dying on the street or something. You're like, here, that's different. But you ain't supposed to be talking to her with no enchantments. Talking like, dang, you beautiful, you cute, all this stuff. If you ain't supposed to do that. And for all you men out here that's talking to other people's wives, trying to say, oh, you don't need to be acting that way, talking like that way. Like a lot of you sodomite men, you're gonna get put in death anyway. But you really gonna get put to death for trying to tell a woman how to act with her husband. You lucky we ain't in the kingdom because we beat the shit out of you for that shit. Trying to tell, bro. Like I tell my brother, man, it ain't your business. What I do with my wife is not your business. Don't ask. Don't ask. It ain't none of your business. Mind your damn business. You got a wife. You deal with your wife and your kids your way. I don't come tell your wife how to act. I don't do that. If you get up from the table, I leave the table. That's how it is. Don't sit there with her. Don't play games with her. If your brother leaves the house, you shouldn't even be in the room with his wife. You should leave. It don't matter if y'all sister, brothers known each other for a long time. Don't. Okay? This shit is simple, man. You're not supposed to do that stuff, bro. You get in trouble. That's what leads to, putting thoughts in people's minds and things like that. There was a verse, I haven't been able to find it in a while, but there's a verse that talks about basically when a woman commits adultery on you, that a man gets like a pain in his stomach. Like the Most High shows you, even she starts acting different and all that, you got to get rid of her. You can't, how can you have another man's seed or spirit, inside of a woman in your house? This is why during just Jacob's and all these women that have been adulterous and harlots and stuff, they think they're gonna get help and just gonna be able to shake their ass to get help, and it's not gonna come. You're not gonna get help like that. Okay. So you got a lot of women that's like, oh, I'm strong and independent, and then you asking for help. Well, be strong and independent. That's what you wanted. Because the men and Lord, we're not going to change our ways or our thoughts of like how we view stuff. Like I have a lot of women try to talk to me, and it's like, I tell them exactly, but they're still like, if you feel the same way about me, no, I don't feel the same way about you, because I don't believe in feminism, and that makes you unattractive. Straight, if you trying to be equal to me, what the fuck is the point of us being together? I'm not trying to be with another man, and I'm not trying to be with a transvestite or a transsexual or whatever you want to be. You trying to act like a man, but you look like a woman. I'm not into that. Be soft and delicate, be a woman. Now I like strong women. You could be strong in doing what I ask you to do. Strong for me, strong for the kids, and repeating to them what I want, making it strong. Holding down the house. You have a job, man. You have a job. You have a job, So this is Titus 2:5. It says to be discreet, chastity keepers of home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that thy word of God, Yahweh, be not blasphemed. See? So you gotta make sure that you're not blaspheming. You have a job to be discreet, chastised keepers of home. You're supposed to be a pillar of rest. Okay? This is Ecclesiasticus again, 36:24. He that gets a wife gets a possession. So if you have a possession, you're going to be, you're either going to get a possession or a possession. You get a possession, meaning she could be possessed and you own it, like a possession is yours, and a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. So when it says a wicked man gets a wicked wife, a help like unto himself. So you get it. You still getting a possession. If you a possessed dude, you gonna get a wicked ass woman, and that's your pillar of rest. She gonna be like, you might rest in it. You might enjoy wickedness. That's what you gonna get. But I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy a woman to be over me or even try to talk to me like that. I have no desire in you. I have no feelings. I have no want for you like that. So a pillar of rest, what does a pillar do? It holds up stuff. Your head, which is the roof, your husband, you holding him up, you keeping him going, you helping him. Like if he needs food, avocados, whatever, you making sure he's taken care of so you could be covered. See, if the pillar don't do it it's supposed to, why should the roof cover the pillar? You know what I'm saying? There's a thing, and then for you women that be like, oh, he's so possessive. He gets a possession. He's going to possess it. If it's a car, hey, don't touch my car. If it's my kid, hey, don't touch my kid. Don't touch my wife. That's my wife. I don't want you to put no spirits on it. You know what I mean? That's mine. Okay? It's mine. That's my warehouse to make first place trophies. You know what I mean? Kids. That's mine. That's my possession. So you don't go into somebody else's business. Like a lot of you men don't think about it. You don't go into somebody else's business and try to tell them what to do. So what thinks you can go in another man's house and tell them what to do? That's why it says men worry about your own salvation. Your own house. Worry about yourself. Stop being in everybody else's business. Women, stop being in everybody else's business. Worry about your husband, your kingdom, your house. Make sure your kids are good. Make sure his animals are taken care of. Make sure his needs are met. How you guys want to be queens? You can't even make sure that the king is in control, doing what he's supposed to do. You can't even be a princess. You want to be glorified and everything else, but you don't want to make sure that the king is good. Remember, in the game of chess, it don't matter if the queen dies, because you could get another pawn and make it into another princess. You know what I mean? Y'all want to run all over the board? Go do that. I'm going to move one step at a time, like the king's supposed to. The game ain't over till we gone. If you get what I'm saying. So with that said, I hope this was edifying. That's why you're going to have Isaiah 4:1. You're going to have all these women coming up on one man, in this time. And I mean, it's coming to that. But people ain't realizing that more and more things is getting shut down, because guess what? There's still earthquakes going on. There's still fires going on. There's still famine going on. There's still people getting kicked out of houses. There's still lockdowns. Okay? There's still EBT being taken away. And don't think about it. EBT's still going to get taken away. What are you going to do? That's why Trump is closing down all these jobs. Oh boy's gearing his pictures tight because he looked like a pair of my Muay Thai shorts, actually. You know what I mean? But that looks more of like the Middle Eastern, like, not Middle East, but, Eastern style. It's something tight. Like somebody put the Japanese little sun up on there. That's fly. That's fly. That's just tight. I'll rock that. I'll rock that to one of my fights. I would rock that. So, but with that said, I hope this was edifying. Women, if you don't know, read Proverbs 30 through 32, and it tells you how to be a woman. If you don't fit what it says right there, that Yahweh, God, whatever you want to call him, the Most High, Yahweh, which is his name, he's going to count you as a dog, as a shameless woman, or he's going to count you as a whore, a harlot, because you guys be like, only God can judge me. He tells you in the Bible not to be certain things. It says, don't be a sodomite. There should be no whores of the daughter of Israel. Read. Listen to what your husbands are telling you. Listen. It's not that difficult. If you get a good man, follow him. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me. It's hard, and I know there's a lot of other Akim too. We talk to women, but we can't deal with you guys. Like, I have my stuff that I want to do. I want to do my farming. If you ain't trying to help me farm, you can't be in my kingdom. If you trying to be over me, you can't be in my kingdom. If you question me, you cannot be in my kingdom. You know what I mean? You can't be with me. You can ask me a question. You can't question me. See, that's the thing. I tried to explain this the other day to people. Everybody tries to question me. When I say, hey, I'm about to go do this, why are you questioning me? I'm going to go do this. Why are you going to question me? You could question, like, what is that? But don't question me. That's irritating. Don't question me from what I'm doing or anything. If you have a question about, hey, how to do something or how to make it right, how to do something correct, or what's the purpose of it, that's cool. But don't question me. Don't tell me what I can and I can't do, because I have faith. And he says, he that has little faith, even as a mustard seed, shall move mountains. And if you know about mountains, it's talking about governments, people, establishment, buildings, and it's talking about mountains. The Bible talks about several different things. It's not just talking about one thing. It's talking about a lot of things. Sorry, it's windy. When it's talking about precepts, there's a lot of stuff that's being talked about. So, but with that said, Shalom. I pray that everything is good and edifying. Rakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah.